Coming our way next, we have remedies. This segment is a solution to a happy, healthy lifestyle. This is hosted by a well-known doctor in our area by the name of Dr. Asma Qureshi. She is an authority on common household health problems and solutions. Let's see Dr. Qureshi's take on a common subject matter of many homes, and that's called depression.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Asma Qureshi. I'd like to welcome you all to the second episode of Remedies. Today I'm going to talk about depression. Sometimes people may experience sadness, but they're not clinically depressed. So what is depression? Depression can be major or minor. Major depression is very severe, with symptoms happening every day, all day for 2 weeks or more. Minor depression is less severe, but both are treated the same way. People with depression often feel sad, worthless, slow, or restless. They find themselves crying for no reason, losing interest in activities that used to be enjoyable, experiencing headaches, backaches, or even digestive problems, losing weight, losing appetite, struggling with too little sleep or too much sleep, fatigue, having trouble remembering things or making decisions, thinking about suicide and death. Depression is diagnosed by doctors or mental health professionals using specific criteria. This involves getting a complete history of symptoms, assessment of overall health as well as family history of health problems, a physical exam, and diagnostic tests. So what causes depression? Depression happens when there is an imbalance in brain chemicals that control your mood. Depression is not caused by personal weakness. It can also be linked to events or stressors in your life. For example, death of a child, divorce, losing your job. In some cases, depression is genetic and runs in families. Abusing alcohol or recreational drugs can cause depression as well. Cancers, for example, pancreatic cancer, are known to cause depression. Now that we've talked about depression in general, let's talk about how depression affects children, teenagers, and women. If you think that your child may be depressed, it's a good idea to talk to the pediatrician. It is possible that the child may be suffering from a medical condition that can be diagnosed and treated. Children can get depressed when they move to a new school or a new place, when a pet or friend or family member dies, and when someone in the family is very sick. Depressed children lose their appetite and consequently lose weight. They don't enjoy playing and lose confidence, their school grades are affected, and they may become unusually angry. Some children complain of headache or stomach ache to avoid going to school. Teenagers can get depressed during puberty when hormonal changes happen. Depressed teenagers often stop caring about their family or themselves and don't seem to enjoy their hobbies any longer. Their eating and sleeping patterns change so that some teenagers may eat more and sleep more, while others may eat less and sleep less. Frequently, they stop going to school. Women are 2 times more likely to have depression compared to men. At certain times during a woman's life, she's more likely to experience depression. For example, in the week before her period or in the weeks following childbirth. This form of depression, which occurs after a woman has given birth, is called postpartum depression. So let's talk a little bit about the treatment for depression. Depression is treated with a combination of medications and counseling sessions. Medicines are called antidepressants, and they're very useful for correcting chemical imbalance in the brain that leads to changes in mood. At the start of treatment, you may experience some side effects, but they usually go away with treatment. Although the medicine starts to work right away, you will see the full benefit after 2 months of treatment. Therefore, don't stop the medicine without talking to your doctor. Sometimes you may have to take the medicine for up to 6 months. If you have a depressed child, it's important for you to know that parental support is a critical part of treatment. because children need their parents to create a safe home environment where they can learn to manage their behavior on their own. Finally, counseling focuses on positive parenting skills so that family members can learn to respond appropriately. Most insurances will cover behavioral health services, which are provided by doctors, psychologists, therapists, social workers, and even nurses. However, the cost of services varies, so check with your insurance about your benefits. One question that's very important here is, what should I know about suicide? Thinking about suicide is part of struggling with depression. If you or someone you know is thinking of suicide, tell a doctor or friends or family or call the local suicide hotline. This phone number can be found in the phone book. So let's talk about some remedies. What are some common remedies? Try to develop an evening routine consisting of a hot bath, toothbrushing, reading, deep breathing, and shutting down the TV or computer at least 30 minutes before bedtime. Sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. For example, sleep at 10 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m. Continue this schedule on weekends. Don't depend on sleep medicines because they're beneficial for short-term use only. And limit caffeine and alcohol consumption. Exercise during the day, preferably outdoors in the daylight. It can be any form of exercise, including swimming, walking, dancing, and aerobics. Stay hydrated and eat vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and avoid junk foods and soda. Try and stay connected with family and friends. You can eat with them or exercise with them or play team sports with your friends. Call them every day to ask how they're doing. Establish a daily routine and prepare the things you need before leaving the house. Put things together before going to bed so you don't forget in the morning. You can also write down your daily tasks and reminders in a journal and review them at bedtime. I hope today's episode was useful for you. I'm your host, Dr. Asma Qureshi. Join me next month for another episode of Remedies. Until then, stay well.